Some of you in the room right now, you are where you are, you're giving 60% when you have 120 in you. Why? Because you've never made a decision. Those of you in this room, you already there. Your problem is this is stuff you don't want to give up to go on. Listen to me, pound for pound, any agent in the room, pound for pound, motivational speaker, pound for pound, entrepreneur, pound for pound, athlete, pound for pound, weightlifter, pound for pound, whatever you do, I guarantee you when you do it, nobody can do it like you do it. The problem is you don't hardly do it.
Welcome back to CFB Prime. I am your host, Nino Brown. This one's going to be a classic, and it just started. I got my guy across country, just back from Elite 11s. That's it, Mr. CFF Froton, Eric Froton. How we doing tonight, buddy?
Nino, being here with my friend, the great Nino Toscani from Under Siege. If anybody has seen that horrible Steven Seagal movie, that's all I can think of when I see you, Nino Brown, is the Nino Toscani.
Yeah, my guy.
My guy. I'm ready to go, brother. I'm ready to go. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Thank you for, you're busy as all hell, and you just got back from Elite 11s. How long you been home? Like 12 hours? And you're hopping on with me? I appreciate you, my guy.
I appreciate it. I still got to finish my column. So, yeah, I should have that up tonight, early tomorrow morning. I get to do this as a little, a soft intro to that because I was busy on Father's Day and I was gone Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So all 3 of those days were all the Elite 11s. Get back on Saturday, hanging out with my girl, having Father's Day. So it's been a hectic week, but a great week. And I'm ready to talk about the Elite 11.
There's nothing better to kick off on Monday, right? Then we're talking college. Pre-college football. Guys are going to be those dudes in college football. I'm going to hit you with 3 rapid-fire questions before we break down some QBs I'm interested in. All right? Off the rip, what is the gap in separation between the Georgia QBs, 5-star Dylan Raiola and 4-star Ryan Puglisi? What's the gap? Is it small, large?
Well, I did talk to Ryan Puglisi about the fact that he's, committed to Georgia, and then Dylan goes and flips from Ohio State over there, and asked him kind of about the competition, what he thought. And he's like, look, he referenced the Carson Beck situation. You got Vandergrift's 5-star behind him, then they 21, you get Carson, and then you get Stockton, another 5-star sandwiched between Carson Beck. But the 4-star is the one who is winning the job, at least in, my opinion. I think everybody who saw that spring game knows. And I'm very high on Carson Beck. So it's a similar situation. That's kind of what he had intimated, is that, like, look, Kirby Smart, Coach Kirby said, I'm going to be able to compete, and that everybody's going to have a fair shot. And that if you've seen it, Stetson Bennett just left, Carson's in there now, and there's real opportunity that the best guy is going to play. So that was something that was really important for Ryan. In terms of, him and Dylan, you got to remember, Puglisi currently going into Avon Old Farms, which is up in Connecticut. You know that. You know the prep circuit, my man.
Yes,
You're Northeast. So he's heading to Avon, right? He's at Avon. That's a prep school. So Ryan's 19. He's going to be 20. And Dylan's 17. Right. So it's like you have the couple of years of development that Puglisi does have the advantage of. I mean, straight up. But Dylan is the kid. You look at him, and obviously his dad is Dominic Raiola. Everybody who's watched football in the 90s and early aughts saw Dominic Raiola. Every Thanksgiving you hear about him. Yes. Madden. John Madden's talking about Dominic Raiola.
Get him a turkey leg.
Yeah, a turducken. So, I mean, he has that thick. Right. I mean, just natural. He's just a naturally large human. I mean, you look at the kid's thick. But what I really like, you look at his drops. Very quiet on his drops. You see some of the drills that you're doing, like day one, you just have like a straight short drop, and you're hitting a 35-yard stationary target directly in front of you downfield. And that just right out of the gate was a man maker, because you see kids not making it. You see kids right, left. Raiola, quiet feet, not a big exaggerated drop. He's just 1, 2, set, fire. Right. And it's just easy gas, as they say. Easy gas out of Dylan. And sliced up the sevens. The only real thing I saw him have some trouble with is there was like this competition that they have. I forget, it's like the pinnacle competition where they have all the big hoops and you're throwing it, you're taking drops, hoop,
accuracy one,
the accuracy one, yeah. It just didn't settle for him. That just wasn't his thing. He just like I heard him walk off the field. He's like, man, that didn't go too good. The media ain't gonna like that. I'm like, man, that ain't. Don't lump me into that media. Care what you did on that stupid pinnacle accuracy.
Yeah.
I don't care. Mad at me. Don't lump me in with that. So yeah, no qualms about Dylan Areola. Respect to Ryan Puglisi. He was a really nice kid, and it was very engaging. Kind with his time. I got to speak with him, but Dylan Areola is the real deal, and I'm a believer. And I think you probably have to see Ryan. He'll compete, but I think you probably see a transfer in his future. It's going to be tough to beat out Areola.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of what I could see in footage, and it did seem as though I can only imagine what he's going to be next year. Like how much progression is going to be for Areola. Like you said, it's like easy gas. He just barely taps and then fires out. Doesn't get flustered at all, but boom, lets it fly. He looks the real deal. He looks like he's the one. Let's get another rapid fire. The Big Ten QB battle. I'm a big fan of Air Nolan. So Air Nolan versus Jaden Daniels. I'm hearing the weekend for Jaden Daniels wasn't so good, but talk to me. Who right now is the leader in that Big Ten battle for that class?
Jaden Davis, excuse me. Jaden Daniels was also there.
Davis, I'm sorry. Jaden Davis, yes.
No sweat. He was also there, though, so that's easier to forget. It was Penix, Daniels, Talia, and Caleb showed up. Obviously, I got a selfie with Caleb. Obviously. Wasn't letting that one go by the board. I haven't put that on social. That's a personal one. That's me and Caleb. That's a very intimate moment. I wanted to speak for myself. But with Air and Jaden, Jaden, I talked to a lot of people. I was there for 3 straight days, and I was talking to everybody there. And JT O'Sullivan was doing the film work. He does the QB school. If you guys are on YouTube, and
A1
fun fact,
A1.
Oh, it's the best there is.
He brings it right in, like the way he talks to you, and the setting, and how he breaks down the QB. A1.
Genius, absolute genius. And JT, he was on 12 different pro football teams during the course of his career. You don't get to be on 12 different clipboard holders if you don't know what's going on right there. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
If he's going on. And so he was leading that portion. Also, a fun fact about JT O'Sullivan that most people don't know. JT O'Sullivan and I have battled on the hardwood at the legendary Ocean Beach Recreation Center here in San Diego, California. I mean, legendary.
Is this league play, or this is just a pickup?
Oh, this is just hardcore pickup basketball. I mean, real deal pickup basketball. Like, not this place is known. Everybody knows the OB Rec. You're gonna go to Ocean Beach, like you go to the Rec, bring it. You gotta bring it. This guy, and it's not like even basketball. You get a bunch of guys.
He's a big guy, right? 6'3", 6'2".
He's 6'2", and I'm saying, like, I've covered him probably 60, 70 times, and we're auto covers for each other. Because I'm 6'3", 210, and I was a power forward in college. And he's JT O'Sullivan, and I'll say that I've told him this, and I'll tell anybody this. I've said this for 15 years that I've been playing against him. He's the single strongest human being I've ever stepped on a basketball court. Bar none. And he's a quarterback. I'm like, my God, what are these guys like that are D tackles? You know what I mean? If the rooted raw strength that you just can't move him. I mean, I just couldn't. Anytime I'd get a little edge on him, where I'm giving him the Pau Gasol, boom, boom, boom,
the stutter.
I can get a little bit. I like that. I give him a little of that, the little right, left. So, and then I get a little edge. He gets in recovery mode, slides, and then if I try to get into his body, he bumps me, and I fly across the court. Fly across, like whoa, like a yard sale. When you see skiers go and have wipe ups down the mountain, with just their arms and legs are everywhere. Dude, that's what it's like trying to get into JT off the dribble. So
I'm clipping that, by the way, and I'm tagging him. I'm clipping that, and we're tagging that, and we're putting that on the Twitter.
JT's a great guy. I know. I don't see why he'd be mad at me. I'm telling him he's the strongest guy that I've ever seen. He's an excellent kid. A great guy. Just an excellent, great human.
Knowledgeable as all hell, man.
Oh, my God. The smartest. He's so much smarter than me. But, I had the opportunity to talk to him, obviously, and reminisce. And he actually really liked Jaden from the film stuff that they were doing, going through that. His demeanor as a kid, like JT really liked him, and went to bat for him to me because obviously, like you saw, there's some hiccups, as you say. I would say probably his toughest event was the pro day throws, because the way that goes, that's day 2, and you have the 20 throws. It's a structured 20 throws. It just is what it is. Everybody does the same 20 throws. Yeah. And in fact, I put like 12 of his throws out on Twitter. So if you want to go to my Twitter page, it's about 10 to 12 of Dylan's pro day throws, and he had some buttes. Whoa! But
that's at CFFROTON. CFF Froton.
CF Froton. That's correct. Thank you, Nino. But so like he that was probably like his least effective event, I would certainly say. But in the sevens, I thought he looked better. I thought he had a better seventh session. And like I said, in the classroom, he's got a delivery that it's a little high. Like definitely some of the guys I talked to said he'll have to kind of modify his arm slot, but these are high school kids,
Right.
and
I get that.
They're high school kids. It's gonna be, you can pick nits.
Second round knockout though. First day, second round knockout. This kid was supposed to be
first day. Dude, everybody did that. Dude, Raiola was out in 2. Like they don't forget.
All right, but Raiola was MVP day 2. Where was day 2.
Day 2. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying
Julian was.
Right. No, I'm saying Raiola got knocked out second round, right? Boom.
Yep.
And then what was Raiola MVP? What, day 1?
No. Raiola got. Here's the thing, right? There's a little misconception about that. Raiola was named the day 2 MVP, I think. Out there, he wasn't. It was Julian Sayin. I
thought Sayin was the overall alpha dog.
He was the day 2 and the overall. For some reason, I don't know why they put it out. Because look, I put a
that
picture
was on
Twitter.
24/7 everywhere.
He won. Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the overall day 2, but if you look on my Twitter page, I literally took the picture of Julian Sayin and his parents with Julian holding the trophy. I took that picture of them. So Vince and Karen, my friends from Carlsbad, California, I took that picture for them with the family. So I don't know. Maybe it was just the particular competition. Maybe, but he won the pro day 2. He won the pro day competition, what I think it is. Maybe on day 2, he was the side field, with the other stuff, the running and the agility
where was
drills.
Davis? Davis was out in the same round, second round with him, right? But where was he second day? I didn't see any.
That was the whole shot competition day 1 on Davis is what that was. That was when they were taking drops, and it was just a consistent several throw after throw after throw that had to be between the hash, between the numbers and the sidelines and before the front pylon. So they had to do a 35-yard dime on the fly, right there in the pocket. The idea is to simulate the safeties coming over, and can you get the juice to put it in the right spot?
Right.
That he was out in 2 throws, but dude, everybody. There was a lot of guys were out. It was just it was 2 throws, but that's just one small competition. Everything else,
he was
different. Yeah. I wouldn't say nails, but you saw it. I can see it with Jaden. I don't.
Now my guy Air has, between him and Trevor, they got the smallest amount of sample size that we've seen, right? And Trevor have pretty much.
Jackson,
yeah, exactly. They have the smallest amount of what we've seen on film, and I think what Trevor's only played 9 games, and I think Air's right around the same, maybe 12. So it's but what you see from Air in them 12 and what I saw from the film. The excitement is there for me with Air, and going to where he's going. They're gonna put you in with all that talent around you, man. So who right now has got the highest step going into it right now, Davis or Nolan?
I probably got to go Nolan. He's a lefty.
Yes, he is.
He's a lefty,
and this is geared towards righties. This whole competition.
Yeah, like I like Jaden, man. I don't think he's like.
I'm not hating on him.
He had a tough day too. No, I get it. He had a tough day too, and that's really where he's getting hit. He wasn't great on his pro day.
Right.
But here's the thing: there was quite a few guys didn't have a great pro day.
Oh yeah, we'll get to those guys. We'll get to a couple of those guys. Don't you worry.
It's not like I don't want to sit there and say that. And like you're working with kids, you're working with receivers you never had worked with before. You don't have that rhythm. But Jaden is a nice kid. He's sharp, and like I said, like I can see that. But Aaron Nolan did have, I think, objectively, a better camp. I thought he looked a little better. He did have some issues, like mechanically on the bounce routes, especially day 2 when you're going through that. Or actually day 1 when they're going like through the circuits. He had some like you see. It's like the short, quick stuff where he's whipping his head around and making the throw. It's like he whips it around and he's sort of like looking at it and he was guiding his throws to those flats. Or like, the 10 yard, the 15 yards, he was kind of guiding them out there to get it there. He was a little more natural with Jaden on those particular reads, where he's going left to the right and throwing. It's like bang, bang. So I will say that he did have a little trouble there. Again, picking nits, if I'm looking at air, I wonder how his deep ball is going to project because he doesn't have his style is he's a drop in the bucket guy.
Yes.
So like he's giving you the up, it's overhand and it's up. He's going boom. He's dropping it right in the bucket.
Yeah, he's sit in that clean pocket and pick you apart. He sits in the clean pocket and just and boom go. He can be mobile, but he would prefer sitting in a clean pocket.
Super athletic. His body, I mean, the kid's got a really nice linear frame, isn't too thick, isn't outside of his frame, but it's solid. It's twisted steel down up and down, he's got a great body for it. But what I mean is like he on the deep balls, he's got arched. The hump.
Yes.
He's got, he's got the arc on it. As opposed to powering through it, for those deep balls. He likes to get more loft on it. Yeah. And it's going to be, you got to power through those throws sometimes. But, he looked pretty good. Aaron Nolan, I'm excited to see. So, these guys aren't finished products, but and there's things that I can pick nits on. But, like, overall, really good. I thought he had a really good camp. Those are just the little things that I go with. But I'd probably have to take right now Air over Jaden. But, like, look, can't be beaten. I think it's a little overblown.
I agree. So was the fact that, the Davis signing was kind of overblown. I guess it was the best Michigan, recruit they've had at QB and since Henson probably, right? So I understand why the hype was like, oh, they put him up there. I wanted to see what he had, and he's got a little bit of work to do, but most of them do. I think probably Raiola might be the only one who doesn't have any work to do in the whole shake of it. Let's drop down to a bottom half of these Elite 11s. Isaac Wilson or Dante Reno right now?
Dante Reno. Again, all right, so here's the thing with Dante, right? First off, Isaac Wilson, out of 20 QBs,
20.
He had a tough one.
I get it.
A tough session, guys. He had a tough session. Let me just put it that way. He had a tough camp. And he's not big. He was the smallest guy out there. Mm-hmm. You're sitting there, you're watching him with him. He's hitting stationary targets. They're doing those stationary throws on day 1, and he's not hitting them. No. And these stationary guys, and they're fixed targets, and he's just not doing it. He's bouncing throws that he can't be bouncing. Did not look comfortable.
It's inconsistent misses, right? So it's over high, it's to the left, it's to the right. I mean, I could see if you were just flying them, and we could just dial down your mechanics, right? You're all over the place. So that was a little red flag for me.
He certainly was. That being said, he did look like, I saw him at the end of one of the sessions, and he was kind of grabbing his hand. He might have had like a little bit of ailments, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes with his development. With Dante, what's cool about Dante, and I'm really excited in this sense, is that he's going to Cheshire Academy in Connecticut, another prep school kid. And he is going there with the tight end, and the camp's tight end MVP, Luke. Stop it, Eric. Stop. Luke Reynolds. Right?
I was gonna say, come on.
The number five tight end. There's so many names around my head. Number 5 tight end in the 2024 class. He's already committed to Penn State Tight End Factory. I talked to his dad, Keith. These guys are Massachusetts people.
Yes.
All right. So I had a long conversation with Keith. Incredible guy. His dad is just a salt of the earth type guy. Sharp man. And very went through the recruiting stuff, talked to him about how that went. And, man, he is now going. He was going to go to Westford Academy, another, like, all right, you're a Massachusetts boy like me. You know, I might be in San Diego. I was born and bred in Boston, just like you know. And it's not exactly a hotbed of recruiting, we'll say.
No, but it has been lately for some reason.
It's getting better, baby. It's getting better. And rather than going to Westford Academy, he was considering doing that, Luke. He's going down to Cheshire, and he's going to be working with Dante. Dante's at Cheshire, and Luke Reynolds is at Cheshire. Luke just changed over from quarterback to tight end. He was awesome. Awesome in the camp, man. He's big. He's like 235, 6'4". You can see, like, he's sitting on the bench, and his lats are popping out of the back. I'm like, this kid's 17. He's got lats like that. He's a gym kid. Put together, and he's got a little fire out there, right? Like one in particular, when he caught a back shot sevens, he caught a back corner, beautiful fade. And he took some contact from the converging safety. And he goes up, gets it, takes the contact. He comes down, and he just gives him the look, you know?
Like,
and
too
I'm
small.
Like, oh, that is alpha stuff. Oh, that's what I want to see. And it wasn't, it wasn't like he was, he wasn't being a jerk or anything, but he was just like, yeah, you're gonna come hard at me, and I'm gonna get it, and that's how it is.
So you're talking more Darnell Washington than like Deuce Robinson.
Well, no, he isn't like dude. Darnell Washington.
I'm saying like the body
is
player,
a
the bigger
giant.
Yeah, I get it.
Giant.
He's like 6'7".
At the combine, I saw him standing next to Michael Mayer. I saw the two of them like they walked
Michael Mayer was like my height,
session.
5'6" at the
Yeah, dude. Michael Mayer, me and Michael Mayer were right there.
Yeah.
Dante Washington made him look like he's 5'10". He is huge.
I was just talking physicality, like he's a freak.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely a freak. But like at 235, 18 years old, like I see him putting on 10 pounds, and oh boy, that tight end, legacy over there at Penn State. So the point is that, and I'll get around to it. Dante had a really nice 7th session. Like his first day wasn't great. Like he kind of got through it, but he got, I think, better as the camp went on, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I'd rather, I'm a Dante guy. I can't wait. I'm going to be, as you know, I'll be in Connecticut near the NBC offices. So I will be going to check that out and going to see them, Luke and Dante at Cheshire. Definitely this year I'll be going to check that out.
I'm coming.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and
I'm coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll meet you there.
I got his dad's number. I got Keith's number, and just a great salt of the earth guy. I'll be in touch, and can't wait to go and watch these guys play in high school and wish them the best. So I'm going Dante.
All right, I figured that because in my opinion, Wilson's more of a mobile guy. Okay, he had a bunch of yards. Again, like 600 yards, 700 yards on the ground this year for Draper. So it's like I knew there was going to be questions in the passing game.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah, and nobody's really talking Dante right now. So I'm like, all right, let me bring this guy up because I know the pro day drills weren't his best, but like you said, as the weekend went on, he seemed to get a little bit better in what I saw. Yeah,
I thought I got a little better. At least from what I saw, because dude, there's 20 QBs. It's so hard to look at everybody. There's one on one side, one on the other. There's a second field that they're doing all these other stuff, and you want to check that out. So there's just a lot going on, and it's hard to. You have to pick your battles, is what it is. And I didn't get to see as much as I probably wanted to with Dante. But what I saw, early on, as opposed to the last day in sevens, I thought he was a lot more clean in sevens and felt like he had a better command. He led a few scoring drives. So
a lot of guys get in that groove in an actual game thing. You know what I mean? Saying when you
totally, exactly.
Yeah. So, you mentioned your guy, the freak of nature tight end going to Penn State, right? Mm-hmm. Well, the guy was huge on. We're going to make some QBs down, so we're going to start with my guy. I was big on coming into this. He was probably ranked like 18 out of the 20, right? He was probably at the bottom. Nobody was really like putting him in there. Just got put into Elite 11's top, right? Top 10 at 10. He's in. They put him in after the weekend. He earned his spot. That's Penn State commit, Mr. Grunkenmeyer, Ethan Grunkenmeyer. Listen, he's only a 3-star, right? Coming out of Lewis Center High School out of Ohio.
For now.
Yeah. Wait, for now. He's getting that 4.
He's getting the 4th
soon.
He's getting the 4th.
I got a question about another guy getting a star soon. We'll get to that later.
Okay, we'll go.
All right. Ethan's going to probably get his 4-star soon, right? Lewis Center High School. He's got one more year. Last year in 11 games, almost 63% completion, 2,500 yards, 25 touchdowns, 8 picks. He's not really that mobile guy. He can move if he has to, 200 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns, right? But from what I noticed in this, football snaps, pops right out of his hand, right? He had the highest RPMs from what I read at Elite 11s this weekend. He had a great weekend, right? He had one drill he kind of was, but for the most part, he was above what expectations were for him this weekend.
Certainly.
He throws guys open. His ball placement, I think, is great. Like, he can throw a guy open that probably at that moment might not be open, but he sees where he's going and gets him open. And then my question to you is Ethan this year's Austin Novosad?
Ooh, that's a pretty interesting comp there. And I think that's pretty legit. Like you said, he came in as a 3-star. I actually got to watch a lot of tape of his before we came in. I wanted to make sure I did because he had just committed to Penn State. And from his film, you can see he makes his progressions cerebral.
Yes.
You can roll the pocket with him, but he's not going to run a lot. He's not a big guy.
Right.
He
if he has to extend the play, he can, but that's it.
Yeah, totally. But he's and that's not what he should be doing. But the thing is, he's a 3.86. I asked him his GPA. I think he's a 3.86.
Yeah.
He's very, very smart. Everything about him, the way he goes about his business, you can tell the kid's dialed in. He's focused, and like you said, he doesn't stand out to you.
Right.
But man, you get him on the field. It was him and Trevor Jackson, 2 3-stars that were there in the whole shot competition.
Balling out.
And by the way, the whole shot competition, Caleb Williams was doing it with him. So, he rotated through the lines and did the whole shot competition with everybody. I got all those throws. I should probably put them out there.
Yeah,
I have to do so much tape work, and I've been so busy. So, but yeah, I'm going to sit down tonight, tomorrow, and I'm going to get that stuff out. So you'll see. But first off, oh boy, watching Caleb doing the whole shot comp. Wow, the zip. But oh boy. But Ethan came out and he was it's the consistency. Throw after throw after throw, right on the money, making his reach, footwork, pointing his foot towards the target at all times. Like the mechanic. I really, really liked him, like his approach, very centered, cerebral. Very impressive that Ethan did. Of course, he's getting his 4th star. It's obvious.
Listen, is there a chance my man climbs up from 10? You think he can get to the middle of the pack? I know the top 5 is kind of really locked in. The thing is, he's not dual threat, so like that kind of puts him in a box, I think.
See, he was like you said, he was like in the 15 to 20 range, in terms of, he was probably, I don't know, like 25, 30 in terms of right now, overall. I think he's going to get top 20. I mean, that's happening. But top 10 might be a bridge too far. I mean, I don't know, man. It's a tough call. He's definitely a top 20 talent. He's definitely a 4-star talent. Yeah. That's happening.
He throws.
It's kind of semantics.
What if he throws for 3K and 30 touchdowns? Stays in a 63% completion in his senior year.
He has the aptitude. He could. Right. And frankly, he outperformed quite a few guys that had bigger prep billings than him at this showcase. Quite a few. And there's a few guys that he definitely did.
I'm just glad he opened up people's.
Like, wow,
my man's here. Opened up people's eyes. Like, stop sleeping on a guy with a crazy name because he's got talent. I call him a silent assassin. He's not out there screaming and yelling at anybody, but he is delivering balls and slicing them down the field and just cutting up the defense. The kid's got it. I'd like to see him get a little 10 more pounds on him, 8 to 10 more pounds. Like, he's kind of skinny. You know what I mean? Like, I'm afraid like he gets one on the blind side. It could hurt him a little bit. So if he puts a little more muscle on him, I think it'll be better for him. But the kid's got a gun. He's got a howitzer for sure. And I'm excited he's going to Penn State. They're bringing in like who they just get in the class before him? It was Alla and then someone else, right?
I mean, last year?
Yeah.
His name escapes me. Villieu. He transferred. I forget.
But I know they got 3 quarterbacks in a row, starting with Alla, then this one, and now him.
Correct. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm on 2024 on the brain.
I got you. I'm not. I am too. I am
sorry,
too. All right. Another guy I want to talk about, and I think I go to comps. I mean, I try to, because not everybody is aware of what's going on with these guys, right? So I try to fill back to the most recent guys they're aware of. Like everybody knows, Jackson Arnold and Novosad and Dante Moore. And
I just took Jackson Arnold, my first pick, number 18 overall, in the 19 overall in the CFF Nate Dynasty draft. So
steal. That's a steal at 19.
Tim Arnold.
He's the man. All right. No, I don't want. I'll go off on a tangent about Jackson.
It's not a tumor.
Yeah.
I'm taking Arnold in the first round.
He just had something on Netflix live thing. Good for him. Still going. He's still going. So, is this gentleman? He gives me Dante Moore vibes in this class. Okay, and people are gonna be shocked when I say this, but is Will Hammond this year's Dante Moore?
I didn't know you were gonna Will Hammond me here.
I butted you up, huh? Listen, bro.
Will Hammond.
You want to talk about?
I got excited.
Having a weekend.
I got the most excited about. I got the most excited from a guy that I didn't expect. I didn't know what to expect. Will Hammond was the guy that was the number one standout quarterback that I saw. That was like, the 3-star, like, somebody like Trevor was really good too. Trevor Jackson. I don't want to take it away from him. Trevor is like physically excellent. I mean, he was great. Man, Will Hammond. Talked to him. Had a like 10-15 minute conversation with Will Hammond, and I like him. Civil engineering major. Sharp kid. Talked to him about sitting on the couch with Zach. I had to. He was walking over. I was like, I literally approached him like this. I'm like, Will, you've had a great camp. I really, if you don't mind, I guess a couple questions. So gracious, so easy, like real comfortable with himself type kid. I just like, please, I need to know, what is it like sitting on the couch and learning, sitting under the learning tree of Zach Kittley at Texas Tech? And he just lit up. He was like, like proceeded to just go and tell me like, oh man, I sat there for an hour. We did 2 installs, and he talked the whole time about the 2 installs for an hour when he was there doing it.
That kid's got it up here.
Oh boy, like he's like you got to understand. Like he sees everything on the field. He's going through everything. Everything is to its minutia. Everything is very finite that he wants, and it's perfectly laid out. And he's talking, and it's all up here. He's a genius.
Yeah,
and we know it because we're CFF guys. We know. Ask Bailey Zappi in his 6,000 yards in 2021 how Zach Kittley can orchestrate an offense. Just free runners all over the place. So
Joey,
talked about that.
Joey McGuire must have that magic dust in his pockets because what he's doing in Texas Tech right now, like they're creating a buzz, and there hasn't even been a snap yet. Like Texas Tech's got it going on right now, and the recruitment is just coming and coming. Hats off.
Yeah, hats off. But the thing is. And he talked about this, when I spoke with him. He was saying that, they were on him early. Yeah. And they, they're like, you're our guy. You're our guy. They wanted him, and they did the scouting. He's an Austin area kid, so he's not far. He's a Texas kid. That's it. And it was, they knew. They went right after him. He was the guy Zach wanted, and he got him. And it's because they got in there early. Look, he's in there now early. Now Will Hammond is a big deal.
A dude.
4-star, merely formality. Formality at this point. And he's a dude. And everybody's going to want him. When Texas Tech went in, they got him day one. They got him early on. And he was effusive in his praise about Zach Kittley. Will Hammond said, I was like, are you in? What are you doing? He's like, oh, I've already been out doing the recruiting. I've already been making calls.
Yeah.
So he's he's going to get sold hard from here on until he signs that letter of intent. He's going to get sold by a lot of teams. But, man, from the way he was talking to old Froton, he seems like he's in with the Red Raiders.
And what? It was 3 months ago we committed? 2 months ago we committed? In that time, Oregon, Penn State, A&M, Tennessee have all been, hello, what's going on? You know what I mean? And the list is going to keep going. What people don't understand, right? The kid can cut you apart chucking the ball, right? 30 touchdowns, only had 5 picks. I mean, the only thing he's got to work on the completion percentage, 60%. But the reason because of that is because my man can run around like an animal. 800 yards rushing and 9 touchdowns. Like this kid, if you blitz him and you give him a lane, see ya, right?
Yep.
And now you're
absolutely. Yep.
I'm sold. Like, and like you said, it's cerebral. Like he goes to progressions before he takes off. So like if there's an opportunity for him to feed the guy the ball, throw a guy open, check down, he's gonna do that first. But if not, I'm gonna get 8. I'm cool with 8.
Totally. And let me ask you a question. When you were 17 years old, did you know you were going to be a civil engineering major?
Not even.
Did you know what you wanted to do? I didn't know.
Nope.
I had no idea what I was going to do in life. No idea.
Not a
chance.
chance.
Like, oh yeah, civil engineering, dialed in, ready to go, everything squared away. Get ready for the Will Hammond show. I cannot wait. I hope he stays at Texas Tech. I will have him in every league that where I can have him. I'm gonna have him. So, I'm throwing it down right now. He's mine. Will Hammond.
I'm with you 100%. I think Will is a guy. I love that he's going to be a Red Raider. Like you said, stay. Just stay. They went in with you when nobody was even bringing you anything. You were their guy, the only recruit that they went after for the QB's position. They got you. All these other guys.
Loyal. Yeah.
They all coming after you showed up.
Laser focused.
Yeah.
Great work by Texas Tech. Can't say enough. And he was very complimentary to Joey McGuire. Great. I mean, everything. That all makes sense. The college fantasy football C2C world deserves a Will Hammond tenure at Texas Tech.
Yeah, I've been diving into Texas Tech because my guy Jake Crane's telling me that Texas Tech's beating Oregon week 2. I got to bet with him. I don't believe it. That's what I say. He's on the Joe McGuire train. I'm like, Jake, bro, Oregon is loaded. My boy Bo Nick's probably going to throw 450 yards, 5 touchdowns in that game. Don't get me going. So we got a little bet going on that one. But like I've been diving into Texas Tech. I'm with it. The recruitment process they're doing, transfers they got going on. McGuire is building something. Give them 2 years to see where they're at. They're probably going to be a top 25 team, if not top 25 this year alone. Listen, I told you I was talking about different QBs. I threw Willie out there. You weren't ready for him. You were excited. Wow. Another guy that jumped off the screen to me was Haas Hengy, right? Haas Hengy? Haney. All right. These names are a little wild to me.
Or like Heaney, something like that, yeah.
4-star.
It's Silent J, a fellow Scandinavian like myself.
Bro,
so, yeah.
This kid, you want to talk about a true dual threat? He's a true dual threat, right? TCU committed, right? But the thing is this is where I get a little worried that he's going to stay at TCU because he committed to Duke early. Then he flipped to TCU. I'm reading that Nicky Saban is already knocking at the door, kind of interested in him. Dabo's interested in him. He's an elite athlete. Like I said, he's a true dual threat. I think he's the best dual threat in this group of Elite 11s. In 15 games, he threw for 2,000 yards. He only threw the ball 187 times. They still threw for 2,000 yards, right? 20 touchdowns, 7 picks. He rushed for 122 attempts for 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns. 5'11", 185, coming out of Texas Aldo High School. Like, that is insane numbers on the ground, and he's pretty good throwing the rock. This kid's got a cannon when he needs to use it. Talk to me about Haney. Is he legit? Like, is all the buzz coming out of the 11s real?
Oh yeah, I like Haas-Haney. Yeah, absolutely. And again, the whole shot competition, it was Trevor, Ethan, and Haas. All three of those guys were all doing it. And man, the thing is about, like you said, he's not the biggest guy, in terms of 50, but his frame is linear. Like it's filled out.
Yes.
When he's dropping back, like he goes back there with a purpose, and you see him, and like he's very serious all the time. He's dialed in all the time. Like he's not a yucking it up type of guy. Like his demeanor is all business on the field. You can see him focused. Yeah. But his ball, nice, tight, clean spiral that's coming out of him. And a clean spiral doesn't know any height and weight. You know what I mean?
Right.
That doesn't, there's no height and weight to that, especially at the college level. You can do whatever you want in the pros, but like you look at that, and he's got juice. He's got juice.
Ball don't lie.
There's not a lot of humps on his ball. There's not a lot of luck. He's throwing lasers. He's throwing bang. It's a very straightforward. He's coming at you. He's coming for you. And he's looking to beat that safety rolling over. He's looking to get you deep. And it's on a line. It's on a string. Very good. Obviously, he can move. I mean, he had no problem with the rollout throws. It was like a laugh for him. But absolutely, Haas-Haney deserved all the accolades and the praise that he got. No problem there. No problem with him being, top 10 caliber.
All right. We spoke a little about Trevor Jackson. I want to speak on a little bit before we hit a couple more guys, and then I got an off QB question for you. He's a 3-star. He's uncommitted, right, Trevor Jackson? Out of Wintergreen High School, Florida, 6'3", 185. He 6'3", but he's kind of lean. For what I see, he looks lean, muscular but lean, if that makes any sense.
Oh, dude, he's not lean. He's not lean.
He's not lean?
It says 185. That kid has a 200-pound frame. He isn't lean at all. His lats,
it doesn't do him justice.
Shoulders, traps, like filled out.
Okay.
And just because he isn't carrying a lot of,
right.
Just because he isn't heavy doesn't mean he isn't filled out. And he's filled. His frame is there.
Okay.
He's got like 215 in his frame, in my opinion, if he wants to get there, because he's tall enough.
At 6'3". Yeah, at 6'3", 2. Hey, listen, you want to take a shot from a DN come around the corner at 215? I'm cool with that. You're not going to crumble. At 185, I get a little nervous that you're going to take one and
bigger than that.
All right.
Bigger than that.
So that's one concern that's off the board.
He doesn't look 185. He isn't built 185. He will fill out that frame. He'll be in the 210, 215 range. By his sophomore year. That's not going to be a problem. I'm shocked he's listed at 185. Put it that way. He doesn't look 185 at all. I talked with him. Had a nice conversation with Trevor. Stood right there, eye to eye. Right as you know. Actually, you haven't met me, have you? I'm 6'3", 210, college power forward, UMass Boston Beacons. He's right there physically, no problem. Okay. And again, you talk to people behind the scenes. Great character kid, I guess. In the room and around the hotel is kind of how they phrase it. Great kid, has confidence about him, but easy confidence. Just a kid who gets it, sort of a thing. And the thing is with Trevor, he was a relative unknown coming into not even just this, coming into the spring, right? Because he's down there in Winter Garden and first year starting.
It's only got 9 games.
Starting. Exactly. Yeah. First year starting, had to sit the first 2 years. He was one of only 2 quarterbacks at the Elite 11 that hadn't been at least a 2-year starter, who hadn't had that 2 years. He comes out, and in his third game, he hurts his shoulder, right? Ooh. Third game of the season, hurts his shoulder, Trevor. Misses his next 3 or whatever it was, and then comes back. Right? He told me, I personally talked to him, and he said he missed 2. I thought he said he missed 3. Maybe he missed 2. I'm just going by what he said. Maybe I missed it. Maybe it was 2. I don't know. I talked to a lot of people. But I know he said he missed a couple games. He hurt his shoulder. He's very, very clear about that. And he said, he came back and he felt like he put out some good tape, but, that now he's back. And, I sort of talked to him and I was like, listen, with Trevor Jackson, if you look, go to his 247 page and look at the chronology of his offers. If you look in March, I want to say like March 26th or 27th, you'll see where he named the top 5 sometime in March. And it was, like Pitt, Tulane, another like decent Power 5 school, and then Coastal Carolina. Yeah. So it was 3 G5 schools, maybe even UAB. UAB, I think, sticks out. But it was 5 schools, but it wasn't the SEC, the Big Ten, and the big boys.
Oh, they're already getting SEC now. He's getting SEC calls now.
It's on. So when he started in the camp circuit, he started making his rounds in April. And if you see, he went to the Texas A&M camp. Yeah. I think he went to Missouri. Missouri gives him an offer. A&M gives him an offer. And then the floodgates are open. So once A&M puts you on the radar, okay, it's on. Has been doing great on the camp circuit. Comes in here as, like you said, in terms of his billing, 3-star, and I think he is literally coming in. I think he was the lowest rated 247 QB in the competition. And I don't know where I haven't looked at what the 247. I have my rankings. I don't know what they have. I haven't looked at that because I don't like to look at that stuff while I'm doing my stuff. I'm writing.
Right. No. Yeah. You don't want to be swayed.
I'm me, all right. I have my opinions, and then I like to go over after and check and balance. But I don't want to do that. So, I hadn't. Oh gosh, what was I even thinking about? I don't know. I did Trevor Jackson. So the point is, he comes in there, off of these camp circuits, and he was performing well above his billing coming in. And like you said, whole shot competition, he won it.
Yep.
Won it, throwing dime after dime after dime. And then, his pro day wasn't quite as clean, but still good. And his 7s was rock solid. Rock solid. So Trevor Jackson, of the big risers, of the guys that really made themselves factors at the Elite 11, he might be the number 1 guy in terms of from where he came in, to where he ended, he's probably the biggest mover in the entire camp.
Yeah. He's
and his arm's legit. His arm's big.
Oh, yeah.
Big arm. It's big. He's got, again, it's on a line. Not a hump, no humps, big.
Now, I said earlier, him and Air got the most room to grow, right? Because they got the shortest amount of actual playing time, okay?
Yeah, this mechanical stuff.
Yeah.
But, dude, these are high school kids.
Yeah.
You know? And you talk to anybody there, talk to any of these evaluators, and they're all saying the same thing. It's like, oh, you see it, a little bit of this. But, yeah, all right, you get to college, you're going to work on the arm slot, and you work on the timing. They're like, that's going to come, but, the bones are there. Sort of.
Yeah.
Really trying to get.
Yeah. The foundation is there. Now we're going to make, we're going to build you a dream house. With Trevor, though, I wanted to say, right? Pitt's coming. Texas A&M coming in the visits. Miami's coming. Why in my heart of hearts does the U seem like a perfect fit for Trevor? And if we're going to compare to last year's class, is he the Aiden Childs of this year's class?
Oh, that's a good comp.
I'm dialed in.
Everybody's excited about Aiden Childs.
Oh, he's my guy.
So obviously I got to see him. I was there last year too. So Aiden Childs, he's got it. He's got it. And he was a riser last year.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know if he was I think he was a 3-star coming. It might have been a low.
Was it? I think he was a 3.
Yeah, but he ended up top 10. Yeah. And dude, that's where it happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's where the shift happens. And that's a great comp. And I'm going to go with my boy. I'm under siege right here, Nino Toscani.
I love it. All right. I got one more. I was going to talk about Julian, but I didn't want to talk about the big dogs. I don't really want to dive into the big dogs. I let all these other platforms talk about the same.
No. Oh, man. Come on. Karen and Vince are going to be very.
All right. Good. Talk to me about Julian before we end with my other guy. Good. Tell me, was he that much better than everybody?
Oh, man. He's good. And he's not big. He's not a big kid. He's like 6'1", like 6 foot, like a $185, $190. So polished. I think he was the most polished guy there.
You ready for this one? I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Best Bama QB recruit in the last how many?
Oh, I like him better than Holstein. I saw Holstein last year throw, and I wasn't particularly, I wasn't enamored with him. I thought they were better guys.
Simpson's not really that great, right? Neither is Milroe.
We'll see. My jury's still out on Ty Simpson.
They went out and got Buckner. Here's my deal. Froton. Here's my deal.
Give it to me.
These guys are supposed to be talented, right? Simpson had all the hype, buzz, the whole rigmarole. They went out and got a dude who couldn't sniff Hartman's jock strap. That tells you eons about what this QB room at Bama was. Right?
Yeah. It does. At least it talks about the depth. You know what I mean?
Right.
It at least exposes the depth, issues that you're going to have. Because Holstein can't come in as a true freshman and do that. He ain't too.
No. Simpson could
that's not asking him. You can't ask him to
Simpson
do that.
could get on the field last year when Milroe was when Young was hurt. Milroe came in, right, and he's the opposite of everything Saban wants in the dual
opposite.
Threat. He doesn't want a dual threat. He wants a pocket passer. Like that's what and Milroe's just a run. And he was like, get this guy off my field. All he does is run. He can't hit the guy. And Simpson still couldn't get on the field then. It was 2 games back to back. He still couldn't get on the field.
He was a true. You know how Saban is.
Yeah, but you got a blind guy out there running around with the football. Saban was crushing clipboards. He was making the angry face the whole time. You know what I mean?
Wouldn't you?
No, I agree. But you wanted him. You went and got him. Nobody forced him on you. But now they got Julian. So Julian's the best one in what? 6 years?
I would say since Tua. Best since Tua, without it. I'm comfortable with that. Yeah.
Okay. So about
he's
6
the best
years.
since Tua. Yeah, I'll definitely take him over. I think he's the best. He would be the best guy in that room right now. I feel pretty comfortable with
right
it.
now. Right now.
No, I mean, you know what I mean. Like if he's in there, I think talent-wise, he's going to need to develop. Everybody does. Everyone's going to sit for a year. And in fact, I talked with Vince about that, and he was saying, I was like, "What's it like, with Saban sitting on your couch?" And he's like, "He's very honest. He's dead honest. There's no frills with Nick Saban. Nick Saban doesn't have to make you promises.
No, he doesn't tell you anything.
I'm going to give you a little Vince McMahonism. This is how I feel about Nick Saban. You know, there was a thing that Vince McMahon would say to all these guys who were coming over to his company. He'd say, I'm not offering you money. I'm offering you opportunity. Okay? And that is essentially, to boil it down, the pitch that Saban's giving you. He's like, look, here's how it's going to be. You're going to come in and you're going to sit a year and you're going to learn. Because everybody does it. And that's how it is. And then you're going to compete. And you're going to compete for the job. And we're going to give you everybody gets a fair shake from that point. And you're going to have a chance to compete. And you're going to get in there. And if you're the quarterback here, and if you do what it takes to get in, you're going to get drafted. You're going to win a lot of games in the SEC.
Yep.
And you're going to further your career in a way that you couldn't anywhere else.
Yep.
And it's a very simple, it's a very straight pitch because it's real.
Yeah.
Because it's Nick Saban, you know?
Because numbers don't lie. Women lie, men lie. Numbers don't lie.
And neither do rings.
You ain't getting the rings without the numbers, baby. Nick Saban, you ever watch that show Billions?
I watched like a few of the first episodes.
He's the main guy. The guy with he's
the redhead.
Yes, that's Nick Saban. Mind manipulation. He'll tell you everything you want to hear while stealing your wallet while staring you right in the face. Okay, Nick Saban is David Blaine of college football. He's able to get it done, but he has the numbers and the pedigree to prove it. Like, I could tell you anything. I could sell a cherry popsicle to a lady in white gloves because everybody believes what I do. So he can get the guy and tell him, you could be the best guy in the class, the best QB to come out in this whole class. You're still not playing your first year. You're still sitting there holding the clipboard. Yeah. You're still going to be in my back pocket, turning the volume up and down. But I'll make you an NFL QB if you got it. If you got it, I'll get you to the show.
It's true.
My question with Julian, the short and intermediate throws, A+. He's got that, right? He goes through reads and progressions with no problem.
20 for 20 in his pro day. 20 for 20.
Thank you.
Didn't miss a throw.
Exactly. It's the deep ball, right? The deep ball is his only question, and it's not even really a question, right? But it's his only thing.
I'll say this. The drill that I mentioned, day one. Yes. Day one, before okay, I'm out there, we're all just looking. I don't know what open mind.
Yeah.
You're watching those guys take the short drop, 35-yard throws with a stationary target downfield, 35-yard toss. He ripped 4 straight 35-yarders on the button. Whew. Not a lot of guys went out there and did that day one with that drill. 4 in a row, bang, 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 bang. I'm not worried about it.
I love it. The confidence, you could just sit there so calmly, not like he's got. All right.
Got it.
I'm with you.
He's everything you think he is. I think Julian Saban is everything that you think he's. I couldn't believe. I was so impressed. He was the best quarterback there. I mean, he won it for good reason. Dude, he's in terms of polish, he's the most polished. Most polished. It's not even close. And what's cool about Julian is his brother. Yeah, I mean, do you know he has a brother who plays college football?
I didn't.
Aware of that?
I was.
His brother Aiden Sayan, who was also there the last day, and I got to chat with him. I've been texting with, and I have a little tidbit for you. The Sayans are from Carlsbad, California. Carlsbad is in San Diego County. Your boy Froton might have a little something coming up.
Oh
okay?
Boy!
All right, so yeah, I'm talking with Aiden. Getting with him. He's actually the starting quarterback at the University of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Super kid. Another great kid. Great family. So squared away. Aiden's so sharp. Got to talk to him a lot. And I'm going to definitely go see him when Penn plays Yale at Yale this year. Luckily, they're playing at Yale in Connecticut. So one of the guys from actually the OB Rec, one of my boys, Yassim Garam, he's like my little brother. I've been playing ball with that kid since he was 12 years old. He is probably the starting point guard this year for Yale scholarship. So I'll be going to plenty of those games. So I'm excited to see Aiden play there. And those guys, he's got the pedigree. Those guys go out every day, him and his brother, every day. They're out there chucking and going through the motions, doing it all. So the great thing is, how it is with those younger brothers. You got the older brother. Older brother's supremely talented. Older brother's a scholarship
Yeah.
FCS QB.
Right.
But he's learning, but he's going through the same stuff that Aiden went through as they were coming up.
But
He's doing the same stuff. He's going through the same camps, and he's watching his older brother. So he's picking the stuff up at an earlier age.
Yep.
And that's why he's so polished, because he's got it. His brother's brilliant. He's extremely sharp.
You can see the IQ. The IQ is there. Yeah.
So sharp. He's going to Penn.
Right.
Like $38 billion endowment, Ivy League school. There's a reason he's there. But like, because he had that, watching his older brother and learning from what he does and how, like, he's learning the mistakes he made and he's correcting them before he makes them. That's not even a knock at it. He's just like, he's watching it, and he didn't develop the habits. He didn't develop the bad habits because he's been so clean and well coached all the way up. It's just, now you can, the critics can say, all right, well, that's what he is now. How does he progress? He's the most polished now, but these other guys, they'll get into the camps too, and they'll get into college and they'll get better. But look, I can only see what I see.
Yeah.
There's no holes in that game.
The movie you're watching is what the outcome is.
Exactly.
Change what's on the screen. Like,
but you got to see him in 11s too. I didn't see him in Pats. But he just looks incredible.
He won MVP. So the question I have to ask before we break down my last question to you: Jackson Arnold, Julian Sain.
Arnold's bigger.
It's a different quarterback.
Obviously, he's a bigger QB.
He's mobile. Julian's not mobile.
Look, I just took Jackson Arnold in the first round.
Right. Julian's not mobile, but he is
the first round, pick 19. So
Julian moves around the pocket like he's floating, though. Like, he can stay in the pocket and move around, and it's hard.
They're two different styles of QB.
Exactly. I was going on MVP.
Different guys.
Right. All right, ready? I'll give you this question.
Julian. I'm going with Julian.
All right. Well, wait.
He's my Carlsbad guy. I'm a San Diego boy.
No, then I was gonna say if you was
he's my San Diego boy. I gotta go with my boy. I can't.
All right.
I gotta go with Julian. I gotta go with it. Vince, Karen. I'm with you. Carlsbad's finest. Represent. I'm in. Give me Julian.
All right. I'm with you. I was gonna say if you were like Appalachian State or something, and you just start your school, you're going Jackson Arnold, or you're going Julian. But I understand Julian. All right. I wanted to touch a little bit on Daniel Keelan. He's the most accurate QB this weekend, right? He won the competition.
Keelan,
yeah. The kid just committed to Nebraska. 6'2", almost 200 pounds at 6'2", so he's a bigger frame guy. He's only got 1 year though as a starting QB, and he had a pretty decent year. 3,100 yards, 63% completion, 36 touchdowns. He's not really mobile. He can extend the play if he needs to. Only at 175 yards, but he's got good arm strength. He makes every single short and intermediate throw, right? He started out in Mizzou, flipped in Nebraska now, what they got going on. Way better, I think, decision for him.
Good call.
He's already getting these, and I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he's had longevity and success. He's already getting these Kirk Cousins comps, right? What are your thoughts there? Is that a valid comp for him? And what are your thoughts on this week? I think he raised his level and he grew a little bit over this weekend.
Yeah, sure. And like you said, the accuracy competition. For a little perspective, right? Last year, the winner of the accuracy competition, I forget who it was, but I know this, that it was a score of 49 was the winner of the accuracy competition. This year, you had 3 guys break 50. With Kalen, actually, I think was 56. I think out of like whatever the top score is. I don't know. But he had a 56.
Yeah.
Kalen did. 53, number 2. Do you know who it was?
Was it my guy Grunkenmeyer?
Julian Sain.
Oh, sorry.
Did it all. He did it in every single thing. Every single
20 for
drill.
20 is stupid. Stupid.
Everything. He did everything. So, like, I don't know what you want from me.
Is he the oldest in the group? Is he the oldest in the group?
No. Puglisi is.
That's right. Yeah, Puglisi is going to be 19, right?
Julian is a fresh-faced youngster.
Okay.
Fresh-faced, young. He's got plenty of room to grow in his body. Yeah, Puglisi.
Oh, he's got the Cali hair. It's short, but
great hair. Good hair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and his brother's got good hair too. As somebody, you
got good hair. I was going there. It's the Cali hair.
You know what I'm here for.
Yeah,
when it comes to hair, you look no further in the CFF/college football. Whatever space you want to get into. I like to think I'm the gold standard when it comes to hair evaluation. I will not give that. I will not give that trophy up to anybody. I want to see somebody who's a better hair evaluator than I am. There might be better talent evaluators. No better hair evaluators.
The Zoolander hair of college fantasy football. My guy, Eric Froton. One last question.
You got
before we close this one out. This is a QB showcase. I know that, right? You mentioned one guy, but I'm going to need 2 more names. Give me 2 names that caught fire this weekend besides Chris Henry Jr.
Oh, Chris Henry Jr.
Oh, I know. I love it. Oh, he's one wide receiver 1.
His body control.
It's stupid.
Oh my
stupid. Marvin Mims-esque. Marvin Mims-esque.
Catch radius, body control.
He's got room to grow.
Great kid. Yeah. Great kid. I actually, I think I'm going to be able to catch one of his games. Because actually, I spent most of day one, hanging out with Chris Henry Jr.'s coach, Khalil Jones, over there in Ohio. Yeah. Do you know that Pac-Man Jones legally adopted Chris Henry Jr.? He lives with Pac-Man Jones, him and his family. That is, incredible. First off, and I talked to Khalil about that, and everybody loves Pac-Man, who's like...
I'll talk about Pac-Man's turnaround in life. Okay?
Everybody loves Pac-Man.
In Cincinnati, he couldn't get out the strip clubs. He kept getting arrested, right? Leaves football, turns his life around, gets on a podcast, and honestly, Chris Henry Jr. probably was a portion of why his whole life turned around, because he realized that, this is his now. He has to be a father figure to Chris, and man, he's done a hell of a job.
What a guy! Like, seriously, like effusive in his praise. Coach Khalil was just in terms of who Pac-Man is and what he became. Like, you can sit here and hear those whatever the headlines from when he was younger.
Right.
Like, the man today and who he is and how he helps the younger guys. And kids who are, he's out there doing things that you don't see in the community that's real. He's doing real stuff, making real impact on people's
making
lives.
A real difference. Yeah.
And look, I don't care if he made it rain 15 years ago. I don't care. What does that mean?
They all do that.
Anything to me.
They just don't get caught. They all
I wish I could. I don't.
No, they all do it. They just don't all get caught. You know what I mean?
Right. He actually literally, set the trend. Well, like, dude, he's a guy where doing the right things, doing good things for people. And how can you say anything bad one? But that being said, to the question at hand, I already mentioned Luke Reynolds.
Yes.
1. Tight end, it's Luke Reynolds. Number 2, Jeremiah Smith. Wow.
Really?
Wow. He's the number 1. He's going to Ohio State is where he's committed right now. He went in the 7s. He wasn't even out there that long. 5 to 6 targets. He caught 2 touchdowns. They just ended, like, in one session, I forget who it was who was throwing to him. I forget who the QB was. He just literally stopped throwing to anybody else. The guy just kept throwing to Jeremiah.
Is Chris a 5-star or 4?
Chris Henry?
Yeah, he's a 4, right?
I think he's 5. Yeah, I think he's 5.
He's a 5, because I know Jeremiah.
Dude, he's only a sophomore. He's going into his sophomore year. Chris Henry. He's a true freshman.
Right.
Sophomore. These kids are older that he's playing with. Everybody's older than him.
Right.
Everyone. He's one of the youngest guys there. And it's like, it's like 100 kids going through there. One of the absolute pinnacle youngest for Chris. But yeah, Smith, Jeremiah's.
And he can put weight on, right?
Put together.
Jeremiah can put like 15 pounds on with ease. 6'3"?
He's already so big. He's so big. He looks like he's 210. Oh, actually, you know what? I talked to Ant. Ant said he was like 215. I don't think he's 215. Maybe he's 215, but like I know, like he's at least 205, 210, and he's like 17.
Is Brandon Marshall vibes too early?
No, not too early.
He's got that build.
Real deal freak.
He just grabs the
ball just absorbs into his hands.
Yeah, he
absorbs into his hands. Catch radius. He's different. He's different. So yeah, definitely him, Luke, and then for a slot receiver, Jaden Robinson, Long Beach, Poly. Woo! He's little,
What's little?
But nobody had more twitch than Jaden Robinson out of a slot kid. Nobody even came close to his twitch. And he's athletic, like oh my god, like the bounce routes. He's so fast and hard to cover. He's small. He's probably like
it's 5'8", 130.
5'8", like 5'8".
130 Froton.
Maybe $140, $145.
24/7's got him at 130, but he also runs a 4.40, high 4.3s, low 4.40.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a speed.
And his brother, if you go and look on the page, is a high end recruit as well. And he's got a younger brother that was there that I met, who's also a kid who's going to be coming up. We'll see him in a couple years there too. So like, it's a whole family lineage with the Robinsons, and man, it was obvious. You couldn't not see Jaden Robinson and what he was doing out there, and the speed, and not just speed, like the change of direction, everything. Like his 3-cone must be blazing.
Would you say USC or Texas has the upper hand right now? For some reason, I keep.
He's
going.
a Long Beach Poly kid.
I know, but
so Texas, I'm going you. I want him. I'm a USC.
I get it.
So I want my Trojans to go. I want him to go to the Trojans. So I'm biased.
Okay, I got a guy that USC needs to go get by the name of Terrell Bradshaw Jr. Check him out on the Twitter. You want to talk about, like, I get Kadarius Toney vibes. This kid is so twitchy, so quick off the line. Check him out, bro. I got him locked in pretty soon for an interview. This kid is.
Oh, nice work, Nino.
I'm in, man. I'm knocking the doors now, my guy. You know what I mean? But yeah, this kid's got it. He got the swag. He's got the whole routine. He's got it's hard. I hate saying this. It's like that hands and receiver. It kind of sounds like, jumbo shrimp. Like most receivers should have hands, but he's not a body catcher. But a kid who's quick, twitchy out the slot. Everything's out front, right? Catches with his hands. I love that. Strong hands for a short guy who's fast. Let's get it. But yeah, this kid reminds me of Robinson. Small guy, twitchy, leave your shoes at the line of scrimmage, right? And you're looking back at him. So I'm with it. Chris Henry, I can't wait to see him come, just grow in the next year and a half, and what it's going to be when he makes his. If he goes to Ohio State, it's a wrap, bro. It's
his body control. It's that basketball player sort of agility and just.
He says Hotline wants him.
You know how I know Brian Hartline wants him? Because the Chris Henry video that I put out there, Brian Hartline tossed the like on it.
Yeah. That's his boy.
Giving a little, I'm seeing you. I see you.
I know what's going on. Froton, we're going about an hour into Elite 11's QB. I appreciate the shit out of you, my guy. Before you take off, let them know where they can find you, what you got coming down the pipeline.
Yes, sir. CF Froton on the Twitter machine. I will have my full recap probably up early tomorrow. For the Elite 11. I'm sorry, my lethargy here. I'm trying to make sure I get it written and get all that done. My day one piece is already out there. Definitely go and get a look, and I'll also have a ton of video that I just have to flesh out my video. I have so much stuff I have to document, dump, and unload. So I'll be uploading a lot of clips to Twitter over the next couple of days, and you'll be on the lookout for that to get a little bit of eyes on these guys we're talking about in the Elite 11 and try to give you some film.
You can check out the CFB Nation on my Twitter, Nino Brown. Let's go TTC. I'll be sharing all that. CFB Nation will be sharing all Froton stuff. I'm Nino Brown. This is CFB Prime. Shh, blow the damn whistle.